Good afternoon, and welcome to another short video with me, Chris Adams from Maths Unlocked with Mr. Adams. I wanted to spend a few minutes this afternoon just talking to you about the age-old question that we get asked as maths teachers all of the time. And it's, why are we learning this? What's the point? So when am I ever going to need simultaneous equations in my job or in the real world? When am I ever going to need the sine rule? So it's not like I'll be walking down the street one day and think to cross the road I need to use the sine rule to work out how to cross the road. Why are we having to learn any of this stuff, sir? I mean, it's been asked of teachers for decades, and I would imagine it will continue to be asked of teachers for a long time. Mostly because maths is misrepresented and it's sold badly in terms of why we actually study it. And we could give them the obvious answer. You know, we could say, well, you need it because it'll be in your exam and you need to get good qualifications. And that's a really boring, mundane answer and should probably be avoided, I would suggest. And we can't lie to them, you know, because the truth is that they're probably not ever going to need to use simultaneous equations. I can't think as an adult when I've ever used simultaneous equations except when I've taught somebody how to solve simultaneous equations. We don't use them. And actually, you know, we use counting and percentages, and we want to understand our paycheck, and mortgages need to mean something to us in relation to percentages. You know, we need to understand time and planning times and how long things take to drive somewhere. And am I going to arrive on time? You know, those kind of functional mathematical skills, you know, we need those in life. But beyond that, so much of the content of what we teach won't be used, you know, in the real world, in people's jobs. And we can't lie to them when they say, when am I ever going to need this? The answer is going to be, well, you're probably not. In which case, it does beg the question, well, why are we learning it then? You know, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years and taught thousands of children. And actually, if they're never going to use it, and when they do need to perform a calculation, I mean, you know, in the old days, we would say, well, you're not carrying a computer around in your pocket, are you? That can do the calculations for you. But now we are. We all carry a computer around in our pocket all the time. You just ask Siri. You just ask Siri to do a calculation and she'll do it for you. She, he, they will do it for you. So the question is actually, why are we learning it in school? Because if we're not going to use it and we have computers doing it for us, it does make you feel a little redundant. And you wonder, why are we actually teaching this to kids? And the truth is they do use it all the time. Not in a corny way whereby we find mathematics in all areas of the world, even though it is essentially at the heart of everything, and I do believe that. But actually they use logic, sequencing, problem solving, deconstructing a scenario into its component parts, time management, resource management. You know, I've got this amount of money and I want all these various things and I can save that amount. You know, mathematics that we learn in school develops all of those skills. It's a skills-based subject that when you develop those skills that I've just talked about, sequencing, deconstructing, problem solving, it enables you to solve any problem that you will face in your life and in your day. And I don't mean big, grand problems. I mean things like, you know, you can follow a recipe and you know it takes an hour and a half to cook. And if you start at 3 o'clock, then you'll be finished by 4:30. But you know that you have to get the dinner on the table for 6, but you've got to take your son to his swimming lesson in the afternoon, and there's ironing to do, and you want to get out and do a run. And our lives are busy, but we still need to make sure that we've got dinner on the table at 6. And so you have to reverse engineer that in your head to think backwards, which is actually linked to, you know, reversing algebraic solutions to problems. You know, and finding inverse operations in mathematics and say, well, if I can do something forwards, can I do it backwards? You know, those kind of skills that we develop in the maths classroom are absolutely crucial and used almost constantly when we're thinking about doing anything on a daily basis. And so, do we use the maths that we learn in school? A bit, a bit. Do we use a lot of the advanced maths that we learn in school? No, not really. But why do we learn it? Because the skills that it develops, we need all the time. I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but you probably won't use Pythagoras after you leave school. But the skills that you learn in maths, you'll use every day. That's why we learn maths in school. If you want to find out more, come and check out the website, mathsunlockedwithmradams.co.uk. I look to unlock it through a series of online webinars with students from 1 to 100 kids. Accessing maths has never been more easy. Let me help you. Let me show you. Come and check it out.